And now, for this week's show, here's JC.
Hi, this is JC Melvin, and welcome to Real Estate Live TV. While the sales figures in the Las Vegas area have been steady the last 4 months, in fact, the last 4 months have been as good as any 4 months since the same period in 2005, or about 3 years. We're going to interview today Debbie Huber, who holds the SRA designation. Less than 1% of the appraisers in the country hold that designation. Debbie was the president of the Nevada Appraisal Commission for 4 years here in Nevada, and she has spoken on Capitol Hill in Washington regarding legislation and lending practices that need to be addressed. We're going to talk to Debbie today about what's going on with the appraisal market, how it's affecting this real estate situation, the buyers, the lenders. Is it going to get in the way? Is it going to help? Have they made the adjustments that are necessary? So let's go to our interview studios and meet Debbie Huber right now. What do you think? Is it time to buy? Is it going to get lower? You're an appraiser. What do you think?
Definitely time to buy.
Is it?
If I had more liquidity myself, I'd be buying anything I could.
Okay, I believe you're right. I don't believe it's going to drop much further.
If we are, I believe that we are very close to the bottom. We're probably going to be in the bottom for a while, but I don't think the prices can really drop much more than they have. We
certainly have hit an affordability index here that we haven't seen actually since late or mid-2003.
That's right, yes.
So let's get right to our market here, which is southern Nevada, southwest area of the country, and actually probably many parts of the country are affected the same way that we are. With everything that's going on in the real estate owned properties, the REOs and the short sale properties, are appraisals being done differently, Debbie, today than they were, say, a year ago or 2 years ago?
Definitely. There's much more emphasis placed on more current data. We're being asked and expected by our lending clients to use comps that might only be 60 days old in closing dates, or sometimes even 30 days. We're being required and asked to put listings on the reports, and also, of course, considering properties that are in escrow out.
Okay, so now in our market, for those that may be watching from around the country, over the last 4 months, roughly 69% of the closings that have taken place in the multiple listing service here have been bank-owned properties.
Yes.
So now, when you go appraise a property and there are 7 comps, but 5 of them are bank-owned, what do you do?
I'm going to consider them all. And then after making my analysis and my adjustments for all of those properties, I will take the ones that I think are most representative of what is typical for that neighborhood.
Right.
So I might use almost all bank-owned sales. There might be one sale in there that's not a bank-owned property. But there are some items that they have no longer require automatic inspections for that we used to always have to call for. Some of those are things like automatic septic inspections, automatic private well or community well inspections. Also, we no longer have to require that a stove be installed in the property. So that helps a lot with the bank-owned and well, especially the bank-owned properties where perhaps the appliances were all removed. And that no longer is a requirement by HUD. Pools have been addressed. If they're not circulating properly and they're green, they are to be in a healthy type condition. And also, if they're empty, they are to be filled and operating properly because of both the health and the safety issues.
Sure. Let me go to this issue here, because recently in Nevada, and I don't know if this is happening in some other states, but I sense that it probably is. With all of the REOs out there, real estate agents are constantly asked by the banks and the lenders to provide them with what's called a BPO. Mm-hmm. BPO standing for Broker Price Opinion.
Yes.
And there has been some concern here in Nevada about real estate agents doing BPOs when really that's an appraiser's job.
Right.
So what's happening with that? What's your opinion of what's going on with that whole thing?
I just want to say, first of all, that appraisers in general, we are not opposed to BPOs being completed. They are a necessary part of the market, especially the market we have right now. The thing that I would just want to say about the use and the provision of BPOs is that they definitely are needed in the use of coming up with potential selling prices and list prices, but just be cautious that they're not being used as market values for lending purposes. And that's really what this whole debate is about. Definitely, though, I want to make it crystal clear that appraisers understand and support the use of BPOs in the purpose they're intended to be used. And it all comes down to what is the purpose of that analysis. If it's to be market value, then an appraiser does it. If it's to be for pricing, then a realtor or a licensee does it.
And can you give us any sense of, with this, the help for homeowners, and now they've got a number of other programs. Of course, we've got a new president now, and he is looking to stimulate the economy. And I understand that there's got to be a whole bunch of work and cooperation done in Congress. Do you see any of these things actually helping to loosen up money for the buyer out there?
I think as of this week, I'm just starting to see a glimmer of some changes in the builders' perspectives of what's going on and what the potential is here in Las Vegas. And I just have a lot of hope that that is going to turn around more quickly than some of the analysts say, just because of the employment opportunities that we are having come on board here soon with regards to City Center and a lot of the big projects that are underway.